Okay, hopefully I'm in the right spot and you are joining Beck's House of Craft for a live breakfast with Beck this morning. Please, if you are on, let me know that you are joining me. It's I'm a bit nervous. It's the first live since all the events happened on Thursday night. So please let me know if you are joining me this morning and say hi, and please tell me that you can see me and I'm still here and I'm still alive. Let me get my other screen happening here. All right. Are we there? Oh, people are here. Good. I'm in the right spot. Thank you very much. Hi, Renee. Hey, Marianne. How are you? Hey, Maura. Oh, my goodness. What a week. It has been just dreadful, to say the least. So I'm super happy that I can still get on and join you all this morning. I've had a bit of an issue with Facebook this week. My personal page was hacked on Thursday night, and I thought I'd lost everything. So thank goodness that I haven't, and that I'm still here live with you. However, if you were, I don't know what the pretest is now, because I'm just so confused. If you were friends with me personally on Facebook, I physically can't send out any friend requests at the moment. When I got hacked on Thursday night, I made a new profile for myself, and it come up with friends you might know. So I went, oh yeah, I know them. And I went along and added a few friends, and then it said, sorry, you can't send any more friend requests for a while. So I need people to send me friend requests if you were friends with me on Facebook before. So and this is the only way I know how to get through. So so yes, anyway, so oh my goodness, Megan, it was just a nightmare. I just can tell you, I went through all the grieving emotions, and I was mad and angry, and I don't even know what the point is. I don't believe any of my friends have been sent any requests or anything from my old page. And then when you log on to try and find my old page, it's like I didn't even exist. So for 15 years of my Facebook life was gone. So let me tell you a bit of a story. I actually started Facebook when I was pregnant with Lukey, and the first post I think I ever put up was of his ultrasound pictures. Like, you know, so it's a bit sad to see that that's all gone and those memories won't pop up anymore. But now I get to make new memories, so I've got to look at the positives of it as well. So, so yes, such a... oh my goodness, what a week. So anyway, so I've got a fancy fold to teach you this morning. So I hope you all have your fancy fold brains switched on this morning. And we're going to make a template and try and teach you a nice fancy fold. So, all right. So let me flip you down. We're just going to get started. So, yeah, we can chat while we're going, but we'll get started. So, it is very sad, Lynette, and I do know how you feel. Like Lynette, it happened to Lynette a couple of, a while ago now, but it's just like, it feels like you've been robbed. It feels like someone's broken into your house and just taken everything you own. That's what it feels like. So, but yeah, so anyway. All right, let's flip you down and we'll get started. So... all right, so I want to teach you a fold that I taught my team on Tuesday night at our team meeting. It was a fancy fold from the Adventurous Sky, using the Adventurous Sky stamp set. And I don't even know what I've done with the finished card. I had it here. Hold, please. Let me just see if I can find it on my other desk. Hold, please. I will be back. Found it. All right, I'm back. So I found it. All right, so this is what we're going to create today. It's a bit of a fancy fold, and the little aeroplane like kind of flips out when you open it up. So it's called a wiper card or a flip flap card or something like that. So I'm not exactly sure the technical term of it, but I thought it was pretty cool, and it worked really well with the aeroplane set, which is on the last chance list at the moment. So I thought we will get and make that. So as with all of my new folds now, I'm creating a box of templates that we have. So this is my template that that I use, so I know how to make this card again. So I just use old cardstock, and yeah, we're gonna try and work that. So I've got a couple of templates now that I've had to play with. So I've got all the measurements here ready to show you. So let's just get started, shall we? So I'm going to cut my card bases, my card base down. So I have a kit here all ready to go. So we don't get to choose colours today. Sorry, ladies. But you'll still see the fold and how it all works when we're done. So we just start off with a normal card base. So if I grab my template here, so the card base is 14.9 centimeters by 21 centimeters, scored at 10.5 on the long side. So you've got 14.9 by 21 scored at 10.5. Very simple, normal card base. Hey Chris, how are you? Oh, we've got two Chris's. Megan, you had to sleep in this morning. That was awesome. Hey Judy, thanks for joining me. Oh my goodness, it's been a week, I can tell you. All right, so we're just going to fold this one in half. So this has already been, well, I thought it had already been scored, but I don't know if it has. All I can say is if you are one of my demo friends and you tap dust, yeah, watch the replay. It's a good fold, Sue. It's a really good fold. But yeah, as I was saying, if you are one of my demo friends and you have a business page, make sure you have someone that you trust as an admin on your page. That's the only way I'm still able to be here with you this morning. So without that, I would have been super lost and had no way known of getting back into my Beck's House of Craft page. So yeah. All right. So I've got a little template here that I want to share with you. So this piece of stock is cut I think it was 9 centimeters. So it's cut at 9 centimeters this way by 10.1 this way, which is already this that I've cut here. Now, I only cut it at that because it was just easier to do an even number rather than do like 8.8. But you'll see why we're going to do it, like why I have it like that. So this was just my template. So we've got the spinner mechanism, the pop-up part, and then the spinner arm that we need to create. So if you take a quick screenshot of that, and then you'll be able to understand where it all fits into as we move along. So, all right, so I'm just going to grab my trimmer and we're going to cut this. So this is my, this is for my template here. So I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut one at 2.5 centimeters. So this is already cut at 10.1 this way. So 2.5 centimeters. I'm going to do another one at 2.5 centimeters. But I'm just going to put this down here for the minute. Then I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to cut this one at 8.9 centimeters, like that. So I've got 10.1 by 2.5, 2.5 by 8.9, and then this little piece here, I'm going to cut at 3.8 centimeters. So 3.8, this is just a spare off-cut piece. I don't need that bit. And then I'm just going to flip this around and make sure that that is 3.8 as well. I want a square, so 3.8. So, like, that's just me little dodgy doovy bit that we don't need. Goodness me. So, they are my 3 pieces. Now, if I bring in my little template here, you'll see I've got 2.5 by 10.1. I've got 2.5 by 8.9. And I've got my spinner arm. So, see how the rest of it just gets all chopped off? So I hope that that's easy. I had two-factor authentication, Megan, on my accounts, and little did it do me any good. Yeah, I don't know how they got through that. I have it on just about everything that I have online through Google Authenticator. So they got through that somehow or another. So I was not impressed at all because, like, you know, when it comes up and it says somebody's trying to get into your account, it's going, all right, I've got two-factor authentication. It's all good. I know what I'm doing. But, yeah, no, it didn't work this time. And they were very quick. So, and I'm not even sure where my account's gone. It's just gone. So I can hold the template up. So that's it there. If you take another screenshot of that. So this little bit down the bottom here, this is off cut. Like, this is the 2mm that we cut off. But as I said, if you've got scraps, you can just cut a scrap at 2.5 by 10, 2.5 by, or 10.1, 2.5 by 8.9, and 3.8 by 3.8. So if you've got scraps, you don't have to cut it in this one bit. Just for class, it was easier for me to do that. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2.5 by 10.1. And actually, no, we're going to do this one here, the 2.5 by 8.91. And I'm going to score this at 2.5 centimeters. So 2.5. I'm going to go 5.1 and then 7.6. So if I get this little template now, so this is my pop-up mechanism. You can take a screenshot of that. They're the ones that I've scored at. So 2.5, 5.1, and 7.6. All right. So if you take a screenshot of that. All right. So then I've got that's my little pop-up mechanism that's going to make the top bit sort of pop up. All right. So we've got that. Now this spinner arm, so I'm going to work through the easier bits first, and then we'll do the more difficult bits, right? So this is the easier bit. So this one here is 3.8. I'm going to pop this in at 1.9, and I'm going to come down to 1.9 with my scoring arm. So I just want to make a score mark in the middle here, and then I'm going to flip it around on a 90-degree angle, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to come down and score at 1.9. So you'll see that's given me like a corner here, which then I'm going to grab my snips and I'm going to snip it out like so. Okay, so we've left with like an L shape. Now this is scrap. That's an off-cut piece. All right, so I'm just going to look. I'm putting all those scraps in the bin. So this one here is my spinner arm. Now this was my little template to do my spinner arm. So I've literally cut that out and then I sticky taped it back in so I could tell. I don't know why that's not focusing. Why isn't it focusing? So I could tell that that's the bit that I had to cut out. So if you take a screenshot of that as well, then you'll know that that one's my little spinner arm. So I've got my pop-up mechanism here that's scored, and then I've got my little spinner arm that's scored. Now this one is probably the most difficult one. What we're going to do with this one is create, where's my little template bit? This thing here. So it's quite technical and it's got lots of folds in it and whatnot. So bear with me while I try and explain this. All right. So we have it. It's 10.1 by 2.5. So I'm going to score this at 1.9 here like that. So I'm going to score it all the way down at 1.9. Then I'm going to go to 4.4 and I'm just going to come down half, like a little bit, like so, halfway. So you'll see I've come down like halfway here. I don't want to go all the way, just halfway. Then I'm going to go to 5.1 and I'm just going to grab a biro here and make a little mark here at 5.1. Okay. Then I'm going to go to 7 centimeters and I'm going to score it down. Then I'm going to go to 8.9 and score it as well. All right. So I've got 1.9, 4.4, but only halfway down. And then at 5.1, I've made a little mark here. 7 centimeter score line and then 8.9 centimeter score line. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to go halfway. So that is, what is it? Roughly 1.3 centimeters in, and I'm going to score down to this halfway score that I did before. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to come to that where I did that 4.4 line. So see that there? I don't know if you can see that. That's my halfway score line to my halfway score line there. All right. Now what I'm going to do is going to put it back in this way, and then I'm going to go along and I'm going to make a mark. Where's my instructions here? So I'm going to come down here onto this 7 centimeter score line that we did, and I want to make a mark here at about 6 mil. So I need a tape measure. It's a bit hard to do it with the ruler. Let me grab my tape measure. It's a bit hard to do it with a trimmer. Easier to do it with a ruler. So this is my 7 centimeter score line. I'm going to come in here about 6 mil or 1/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to make a tiny little biro mark here. Okay. So you can see there my 2 little marks. So this is my 5.1 centimeter mark. And then on that 7 centimeter score line, I've come up to like 6 mil. Okay. So I hope you are all following along at the moment. It will make sense once we do it all. All right. So then I'm going to grab my ruler. I'm going to go from that mark that I made with my pen here across with my bone folder, and I'm just going to score a line like that. Then I'm going to go from that mark there to the last score line, which is the 8.9 centimeter score line, and I'm going to go up on an angle there like that. So now if I'm looking at it, so I made a bigger one just so that you guys can see. This would be my template, if it makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. So if you take a screenshot of that, okay, and then this is a mini version. So I did a big version so I could see it, but this is the mini version. This is for my card. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this piece here, like that, to that half score line there, and then that's rubbish. And then I'm going to fold this one here like that, and then these score lines I'm just going to fold back and forth like that, just so that it gives me a good score line when I tuck it backwards, because I want to tuck it backwards. All right, so I'm just going to do that, and then that is going to go in like so. See how much easier it folds if you do a good score. So this is what we're after. This is now what we call our spinner mechanism. All right, so that's how it's going to look. So far so good. Centimeters are doing my head in though. Sorry, Megan. I'm not sure even what they would convert to inches at the moment. So all right, so what we're going to do now is put our card base together, and then we'll decorate it. All right, so I'm going to bring my card base back in. So we've got our 3 bits. So this was our, remember, this is my spinny arm here for my mechanism. We've got our pop-up mechanism, and we've got our spinner arm. So we need our pop-up mechanism first. So what we're going to do is we're going to, the smaller flap that we have here, we're going to, on the opposite side, I shouldn't have even said that, scratch that. Let me get some glue. Oh. Where's my glue? I've got me, I really need to switch my arms around for my glue. All right. Oh, and I didn't put my lid back on, did I? Big mistake, huge mistake. Huge, big. All right, let me just, I've got to just put me pin in and clean my nozzle arm out. So it's actually not a bad fold. Once you get past all of the, you know, the technical jargon, it's actually a really good fold to do. So I'm going to use some glue, and I'm going to put it on the bigger flap here, and I'm going to put it on the back like so. And then I'm going to put it roughly about a little bit higher than halfway in my card here. So here's my fold here, and I've put it right on the score line. So you can see that there. I've put it on the score line, and the smaller score line is on this side here, right? So we do that there. Now we'll just wait for that to set a little bit. Now while we're waiting for that to set, I'm going to stick this one down. So with my, if you said that this, in a builder's term, we would call this a bird's mouth because it kind of looks like a bit of a bird's beak. So if you put the bird's mouth, you want it so that it's facing up. So see how that little, like the triangle bit's facing up? And then I'm going to use this little flap here, and I'm going to stick that down on here underneath that one. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on here, like so. And I'm going to pop this one down right underneath the bottom of that one there, like that. So the same place right underneath the bottom there. So can you see that there? So there's my top one, there's my bottom one. Mind all the glue that's spurted out. So you'll want to have, this will be your best friend when you're making this fold. You want to have your little buddy here, your talc buddy, because if you've got any sticky glue bits, you can use that over the top of the sticky glue bits. All right. Now, I need a bit of DSP here or something here, because once I stick these down, there's no going back. So we're going to grab a bit of our DSP. Oh, should I use the blue side or the green side? What do you reckon? Blue or green? Let me know while we're chatting. Now, I'll pop up, you know, all of my little templates. I'll pop a photo up in the, I'll do it in the Craft with Beck group, I think, because then that way, yeah, it's not going to go anywhere in a hurry. So the blue, you like the blue, Megan? I'll put the blue on the inside, make it look a bit like the sky, maybe. Oh, blue, green, blue. So what have we got? We've got blue one. Oh, I think green's winning though. I think green's won. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the blue's got it. Oh, the green's won it. The green's got it. All right. So we'll pop the green down. So we're just going to pop a few squiggle lines in here. And then pop it on there like that. So as I was saying before, my personal page did get hacked on the week, and now it's like I don't even exist on Facebook. So I have set up a new page. So for those that were my friends before and you want to come over and be my friend again, no pressure. You don't have to. You can find me at Rebecca A. Hall. So 3 separate words. Rebecca A. Hall. It's not A. Hall. It's A. Hall. And there's a photo of me and Drax on there, so you can find me there. All right, so now I'm going to pop some glue on that smaller flap here, like so. And then we're just going to shut the back door. We're just going to shut that down like that. So yeah, Rebecca A. Hall. If you were friends with me before and you would like to be friends again, you can find me there. I didn't really want to post it up anywhere because I was just a bit frightened. But it's all good. That account's safe, and I now have, I had 2-factor authentication anyway, but I'm not sure exactly why or how they got in, but yes, they did. So start all over again, get all new memories. So we'll have to take lots of photos and take lots of memories when we're at on stage again. All right. So now you'll see, oh, I didn't let my glue set enough. Let me just see. Let me give it a lucky rub and see if it's going to work. The green does look like a map, like they're going to fly across the world. All right, so that is my pop-up piece. So you'll see there now we've got that pop-up bit happening there. All right, now we're going to bring our little mechanism arm across. Now you want to make sure that our bird's mouth, or the pointy bit here, is on the inside. Yeah, Facebook weren't a lot of help. No, they weren't. All right, and we want to pop that down. We're going to stick that down. So this is where I said your talc will become your best friend. So you're just going to stick a little bit of glue on the bottom there, not too much, and that's on that smaller flap. So let me just show you. It's on that smaller flap on the end there, and I'm making sure that my bird's mouth is facing in. And then I'm just going to shut the card, and it's really hard to show you this because I need it on the thing so I can shut it. But I'm sort of going to hold that up, and I'm going to shut the card because I want that bird's mouth to sort of sit underneath there. So, and if you don't get it straight, your fold will end up crooked. So I'm just going to do that and then pull it back up. So you'll see where I want it to sit, which is about there. It's a bit hard to sort of hold it and shut it. But see how there's glue that's gotten all in there? See all the glue? So you want to sort of shut it down like that. And then give it a bit of a rub. And then gently open it up, because you want it to fold on your fold like so. So I want it to stick there. And then grab your little talky pack and then just tap over any excess glue that comes out. Now, you won't see the talc once it all dries, but it just takes away that sticky or the tackiness from your talc, right? All right, so I'm just going to tap that a bit more. All right, so we just want that nice like that. So now you'll see when you open it up, see how that mouth sort of works? It folds in and open and in and open like that. So, hey Julie, how you going? So, all right. So now we're going to grab our mechanism arm, which is our little L-shaped arm here. And we're going to attach that to our bird's mouth. So we're going to grab a little bit more glue and we're going to pop it just on that triangle piece there. So this bit of the triangle there like that. So a little bit of glue there. And then we're going to pop our arm. We're going to line it up with that fold and the top there. Don't worry about it hanging over the top here. You want it there because that's what makes the spinny arm bit. All right. So as I said, it looks complicated, but it's not really. So then see how that spins when we put it in and out? See that? How awesome is it? Such an easy fold and it spins really well. So I'm going to seem like a broken record this morning, but if you are joining me, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I just want to let you all know that my private page on Facebook was hacked during the week. So if we were friends on Facebook and you won't be able to find me anymore. I've literally dropped off the face of the earth. I'm just scoring these just to get a nice bit of score on them. I've literally dropped off the face of the earth on Facebook. So you will need to send me a friend request as I've reached my limit of friend requests I can send. Apparently there's only 10. And when you had quite a few friends, sending only 10 requests is, not really enough. So if you send me a friend request at Rebecca A. Hall, and then you'll see a photo of me and Drac. So you'll find me there and you'll be able to send me a friend request. All right, now we're going to dress it up. So to dress it, I'm going to move all of these out of the way. I will take a photo and pop these up on Facebook on the Craft with Beck group. So I haven't lost that group either because that was attached to my Beck's House of Craft page. So thank goodness we didn't lose that too. All right. So I've just got another bit of copper clay cardstock now. So we're going to use the Textured Notes dies. Love these dies. And, where are we? Here we go. We're going to just do some die cutting of some triangles or rectangles, not triangles. Where am I thinking triangles? All right. So we're going to die cut out this one here. So let me grab my machine. So I'm just going to do a bit of die cutting and then we'll stick it all together, okay? All right, so a bit of die cutting like so. Where's my plate? So, and you can dress this up like you could do, butterflies or whatever. I mean, it doesn't even have to be butterflies. You could do frogs. You could perhaps do a turtle on his back sticking out. I'm just saying, just an idea. Turtles are coming up. All right. So I've got a bunch of different cardstock here that I'm going to die cut out. And this is for my front as well. As I said, the decoration you could sort of do whatever you like with. But, for this one, I'm just going to grab the textured note dies and just cut out a whole different shape of rectangles to go through and decorate the front of our card. Alright, so I'm just going to run this one through like so. And then once we've got all of these die cut, then we'll stick it all together and you'll see how it'll all come together. Alright, so then I've got this next one here, which is for this size here. And there's no right or wrong way to, oh, see that? That's a scrap that's going in the bin. Did you see that? Do you like my form there? Who am I? I'm so good. I've literally, so since I've done my craft room, I've got all of these boxes hanging around with all different bits and pieces in it. And I'm going through it and I'm actually working through them, getting rid of the little scrappy bits. It's like, you should be so proud of me. Alright. So we're just going to go through and keep die cutting all of these bits out. So the Adventurous Sky bundle that we're using today with the aeroplanes and things on it, that's actually on the last chance list at the moment. And it is cheap as chips. It has been reduced. The stamp set was from $46. It's now down to $32.20. And the dies were $58. They're down to $40. $40.60. So, like, you know, cheap as. And the paper's carrying over to the online exclusive store. So you'll get, you know, lots of use out of it because the paper's still going to be there. I know, right? But you can look at that in the bin. How cool is this? I'm just like, I'm showing off now, really. All right. And then this was a little tag die, but I'm just going to cut it down. And I may save this one because we can use this for something else, this off-cut piece. So I'm not 100% cured yet, Megan. Not 100%. All right. So we're just going to, so we've die cut all of our bits. So see, like, I could use that. I could put a bit of white under there and use that for something else. So I'm not going to get rid of that one. All right. And then I'm just going to cut some white rectangles out so we can do some stamping on it. Now, I believe I used that one there, the little one, that one, and then this one here. So we'll just die cut those ones out. Oh, don't do what I just did and put them through flat because they jump. So they probably won't cut through, which they haven't. Alright, so we'll just do that, and then will I slowly twist that off? Yep. Alright. So we have our white pieces that we're going to stamp on and our DSP pieces that we're going to die cut. So I can pop these ones away for now. And I'll just move this machine because we're going to do some stamping. We'll give you one for one a day. One a day. All right. Woohoo. All right. So now I'm just going to grab my white back in and we're going to grab that Adventurous Sky stamp here. And I'm going to stamp the big aeroplane. And I think will we use, we've got a lot of blues on here. Will we use Copper Clay or Night of Navy? So Copper Clay is an in colour that I'm sad to see go. We've got some Night of Navy, or we've got Mossy Meadow. So what do you reckon? Do I do the plain in Copper Clay or Night of Navy? What do you think? Not sure. Which one? Let me know. So we're going to stamp one big plane and then one of these little planes here. Because that little plane will be the one that we have flying out from the inside of our card. And then we'll die cut them out. Actually, I wonder if we stamp two planes and see if we can have two planes flying out. Let's try that. Night of Navy, Night of Navy, Night of Navy, Copper Clay, Navy. I think Navy's winning. All right, so what we'll do is we'll do the big plane in Night of Navy. So that's going to go on the front of our card, like so. So we'll do the big one in Night of Navy. Look at that. How cool is that? And then we might do the wee little one in Night of Navy as well, like so, and then do the medium-sized one in Copper Clay. That's kind of a bit of an all-rounder then. We've got all the different colours. So I'm just going to stamp those down there like that. So now we're going to die cut those ones out. See how much ink I can get on my fingers here. Where's Lukey's? Oh, I had a little mouse come in and eat some of my chocolates the other day. I wasn't impressed. I was not impressed. 2 planes, 1 of each colour. I could have done the green, I think, as well. Hey Beck, road tripping to Ballarat. We'll watch the replay. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Jacinta. You'll want to watch this one. This is a fun fold too. All right, so let's grab our die cutting machine back out and we'll die cut these ones. All right, so we have the big one here. We have the medium size one here, which somebody's put a bit of washi tape on, which we don't need. And then we've got the wee little one. We'll see if we can stick 2 on the inside. I've only stuck 1 on, so let's see. Let's put a challenge to Beck, because she hasn't had a challenging enough week. All right. We'll die cut those through like that. So we've got 1, 2, 3 planes. Happening like that. All right, so that's all the die cutting that I believe we need to do for the card. And now we can put it all together, but we do need to do a little bit more stamping. So we've got, so this piece here, which is the bigger one of the white one that we die cut, we're going to stamp some clouds on that. So I'm going to cheat, and I'll show you how I'm going to cheat. I'm going to grab the 2 clouds. Yes. No, it was a 4-legged mouse, Ruth. 4-legged mouse. I've got a really bad mouse. It ate all my chocolates. I wasn't impressed. So I have to set some traps. Or leave the cat in here. One of the 2. Alright. So I'm going to... how am I going to set that? I'm going to set it up like that. So, and then I'm just going to sort of stamp my clouds. But I don't want to do... I'm going to do boho blue. I'm going to bring in some of the boho blue, which is another retiring colour. And probably out of all the blues, I'm a bit sad that this one's going. I don't mind this boho blue. All right, so I'm going to just stamp some clouds here, like so, like that. And I might do just 1 more there, like that. All right. So we've got our clouds. We need some sentiments now. So I'm going to write happy birthday, because, you know, we always need birthday cards. And I might do that in the Mossy Meadow, I think. So we'll grab the Mossy Meadow. And then we're going to stamp that down in the middle of this one here. So this is for the front of our card. So we've got a bit of our green happening on the front there. And then on the inside, I'm going to write to my friend. I don't normally put sentiments on the inside, but, you know, it's a happy birthday card. And to my friend is pretty generic, so we're going to pop that in on green on the inside here. To my friend. Like that. All right. So now we can assemble it all together. Now you watch. This is going to come together really, really quickly now. So what we need to do is stick our spinner bit on first. So that while we've done this, it's allowed this to dry, right? Leave the cat in unless it's scared of a mouse. No, he's definitely not scared of mouses, Maura, that's for sure. All right, so we need it to have our spinny bit here. So we need this to spin out like this, right? So I'm going to attach this now to my spinner arm here. So I'm going to put a bit of glue just on the bottom of this spinny arm here like that. Actually, scratch that, you know what? I'm going to just back this up with another bit of cardstock. So let me just get another bit of the copper clay. That glue can sit there for a minute. I just want to, and I forgot to do this as well, I just want to strengthen up that. It is only cardstock, but because it's like going to be that spinner thing, we just want to make it a little bit stronger. So we're just going to cut out another identical piece out of copper clay, so it's the same color. So I'll just, hold please, I'll just die cut that out just quickly. And going to attach that to the back. So it's just going to give us that little bit of strength to have that open and close a little bit easier. It just makes it a little bit stronger. So we're just going to attach to the back here with some glue this piece of, now you can attach it the other way and you go back to back. So then you get a nice pretty pattern on both sides. Not that you really see the bottom side of it, but so it just makes it a little bit stronger. And I think even if you use thick white cardstock as well to stamp on, you'd still need to make it a little bit stronger. Yeah? All right. So then I'm going to make sure this edge here is flush with this edge here. So I'm sort of going to shut it like that. And then this gives me my position. So when the card's shut, I don't see this part, right? So I'm going to pop it in here like that. Like so. So I've got it flush with the end of my L, my little L spinner shape here, and it's now on the side of my card here. So see, when I open it now, it shuts, it's inside the card, and when I open it, it spins. How cool is that? All right. So that's how we're going to attach that bit. So I'm just going to let that dry a little bit while we attach the rest of these. So I'm going to attach this one to here now. So now it's just a matter of decorating it. And you could decorate it however you like. It's that main fold that you sort of want to concentrate on. So we're going to attach this to here like that. Now I'm going to shut this one up a little bit here. And then we're just going to, I should have stamped the outside of it with something. Let's use this one here. And grab a big block and some copper clay. So I'm just going to dress this up on the outside here a little bit, like so. Put some rivets on there. Do 5 of those. 5 are the best. So just randomly stamping those rivets on the outside. I love those rivets for backgrounds. Look at that. How cool does that look? Can you please give the measurements? I don't have those dies yet. Okay, so the rectangles. So this one here is, I don't even know what measurement it is. It is 8.2 or 3 1/4 inch or 8.2 centimeters, and it is by 4.5 centimeters or 1 3/4 inches for that one. Do you need all the other ones as well, Megan, or do you need it? That's just for that bit to go in there. This one here is going to sit over here like that, so I'll tell you that measurement, and you can dress it up however you like. So that is 7 centimeters or 2 3/4 by 10.8 centimeters or 4 1/4. So hopefully that helps you. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm just going to attach these ones. So I'm going to stick that one there. So these are just like rectangles. No, you don't have to do it like this, but you know, I was just using my rectangles up to their full ability. So we're just going to stick rectangles over rectangles and just layer it all up here. Yeah. So we're just going to layer that over there like that. So we've got the same gap top and bottom, and then on the side here. All right. And then I'm going to grab this green one. So it's just layering them up. Oh, that one looks like it's going upside down, so we'll flip that around. And then I'm going to actually pull this one over a little bit so it hangs over there a bit more. Like that. And then this one here. So you'll see we're just layering up the rectangles just to create an interesting card front. Alright, and then I'm going to grab some dimensionals and we're going to lay the happy birthday on the front because it's a happy birthday card. So really good mail cards. This aeroplane sky. Like so. And then we're going to just pop that one there. And then, let me get rid of that off the end. I'll pop some more dimensionals on my aeroplane. So it doesn't really matter where I'm popping the dimensionals because all of this back stuff's flat, remember? We just glued it all on the top of each other. So it gives us those layers. And then just going to pop our little aeroplane. Actually, I will move that one off because I want it to sort of stick over the top of the happy birthday bit a bit. So like there's our front. Already done. How's that? Pretty cool. And then on the inside now, we're going to stick our other little aeroplanes. So I was thinking if I stick this one here, and then maybe do I stick that one up there. So let's see how we go. Kind of want to stick a bit of that on the back there, like that. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. So if I go like that, and then stick that on there, or do I go there? I might actually go there, so we'll get rid of that one. I don't know if that's going to work. It might get caught on our top bit. Alright, so I'm just going to use some glue for that one. Alright, so I'm going to pop a bit of glue on the bottom here, and then this plane I'm going to stick there like that, and then this one I think I'll stick, I did want to do it there. Let's just see if it's going to get caught. No, it might not. See, it can stick out on this way of the card because remember we're going to shut it. So this can go like right over here and hang right out on the card like so. So when we shut it, see it's going to be on the inside of the card. So, and then I did want to sort of go like that. So it was sort of like behind it. I'm going to try it. Let's see. Let's just put a bit of a dimensional on the back here. Like so. And then we'll see. So I kind of want it to look like, see, it's sort of flying behind it. Oh, that looks all right. And I might just put a little bit of glue on the bottom of his wheel there, just to see, and just give it another little anchor point on the bottom of that plane. Like that. Now I've got a bit of glue here where I've slid this one along, so I'm just going to use my talcum powder there, just to get rid of that sticky stuff. Look at that. So there we go. Now we're going to stick this bit on here like that. So we're going to grab some dimensionals. Thanks for sticking with me this morning. I know fancy folds take a little bit longer, but you can watch the replay, you know, go back and forth and pause and whatnot to see what I'm doing. But fancy folds do take a little bit longer to sort of explain and run through. So hopefully you've got the gist, yeah? All right, so I'm going to pop this on here like that. So when it shuts, so it does become quite a bit of a thick card, but that's all right. So when we open it, oh, look at that. The two planes like sort of flick out from the side there. Look, hello. How cool is that? All right, I like it with the two planes. It works well. And then I'm just going to grab the To My Friend and stick that down on the background here. Like so. Like that. Now you're probably wondering, well, where do I write on it, Beck? Because you've covered all the bits that we write. So then we get a bit of white cardstock, which is 7 centimeters by 14.3, and we're going to pop that there. But I just want to stamp couple of those little clouds and another little aeroplane down the bottom there. So we'll get our clouds happening here like so, like that. And then we'll get our copper clay and stamp the little aeroplane like that there. And then I should have stamped the envelope while I was going, shouldn't I? Pop a bit of glue and then stamp this one in here like that. So there we go. What do you think? So on the envelope, I will do the same as what I've done here, Laura. So let me grab an envelope. And I'll use the little aeroplane here, like so, on that side. And then I'm going to grab some of those clouds in the boho blue again. And we can do that, like that. And then I'll do one here because we can't have, you know, uneven clouds. 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm not anal, I just like odd numbers. So there we go. So I taught this to my team. We had a team meeting on Tuesday night, and I think they all went away and loved it. And if you actually check out the Craft with Beck group, Amanda went home the next day and made a Christmas card. So it's a pretty cool fold. It's and it's very, like, you look at it and go, oh my God, it looks complicated, but it is a pretty easy fold when you get to do it. And this is, I think, like the 4th one or 5th one I've done now, and the fold just gets easier and easier to work with. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Gwen. I'm glad I made it too. So yeah, so just to repeat again, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I'm going to flip you back up now. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I was hacked on Facebook. So if you do follow me personally, you won't see me anymore. I've been wiped off the face of Facebook, literally. So I have created a new profile, and you can jump back on and follow me at Rebecca A. Hall. And there's a picture of me and Drax on there. So feel free to send me a friend request if you'd like to be friends. If not, that's okay too. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a wonderful week. I'd love to see what you create with this one. I would like to see butterflies and, you know, all sorts of things. You know, frogs, maybe a turtle. I could see a turtle coming. I'm going to try a turtle one, I think. I've got other stuff to do, but I really want to try a turtle one. All right. So if you do create this card, don't forget to share it in the Craft with Beck Facebook group. It's a private group. Nobody can get into that one. It's you need to answer questions to get into it, but they're very simple questions, and it's a whole community I'm trying to create over there, and just share our love of crafting together in that group. So, and anybody can post in it who's a member of the group, so you can post up all your photos of your any craft that you do. So whether it's card making or cross stitch or sewing or doll making or whatever, you can do any of it. So all right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you on Wing It Wednesday with Beck and Luke. If not, I will see you next Saturday for Breakfast with Beck. All right, bye for now.